Okay, Itamexkanatani, good morning. It is not even 7 o'clock in the AM on Friday, August 9th, I believe, 2019, in the lunar cycle Okonokis Tsotsitsitsbi, when the Saskatoon berries ripen. And I am headed straight away this morning to the west side to pick up a raccoon that's in a trap. Always try to get to the raccoons first if I know there's a raccoon in a trap, because being as dexterous and intelligent as they are, a lot of times raccoons will actually end up hurting themselves in those traps a little bit before I get there. You know, ripping off fingernails or, you know, scraping their fur off in places of their arms, their face, you know, trying to get out of there. So always like to get them out quick, and then I've got skunk traps to check. It looks like it's probably going to be a warm day, so who knows what's coming down the pike. But yeah, getting my critter work done quick. Got to get on to book work in the afternoon. Ready to move? Yeah, I'm gonna take you out of there. Here's our second guy of the morning. He's gonna come with me and the raccoon. Hey, Skunky. Good morning. Ready to go? That you are. That you are. There you go. Oh, door's open. Doors are open there, darling. Woo, see ya. They don't like to climb those ones that they're encased for. This wire here is put there to keep beavers from eating these trees, and the raccoons don't like to climb the trees that have those down there either. So it's a little obstacle. The sibling did the same thing the other day. And next but not least, very cute little skunk who was kind enough not to spray. There you go, Skunky. There you go. You're free. Yeah, just got a couple of more skunk boxes to check here on the north side of town and see if there's any animals in them. If not, and if I don't hear from any of my other clients around town, then maybe my small mammal work is already wrapped for the day. But it's early, it's only 8 o'clock. More could happen for sure. And rattlesnakes will no doubt come later. Well, it's not a sure thing, but likely I'll get a snake call at some point. Oh, we got somebody. We got somebody. Hey, Skunky. You're gonna go with me. Yeah, you're gonna come with me. Okay? Oh. All right, let me go get my canvas. Just live box traps, basically. It's just a small mammal trap, generic. Can use for raccoons, skunks, whatever. You got one in there? Yeah. Yeah, you see him in there?
Oh yeah, I see
Yeah. Hey there, buddy. Ready to go for a ride? Come on, buddy. Oh. Going out, other way. That's the life. 9:15 in the morning, and I could feasibly just call it a day. I mean, I've made my revenue quota, so to speak. Moving 4 animals, that's a little bit of money. That's a day's wage. I could just say I'm done, you know, go into full relaxy mode for the rest of the day after just 9 a.m. But I won't because you got to make hay, you know. You got to make hay. My winters are pretty tough. Speaking of which, come September, I'm going to be locked indoors for most of the day. 8 o'clock a.m. till 4 o'clock p.m. I'm going to be stuck inside. So trying to enjoy the month or so that I still have left to do things like this, where I can just come out in the middle of the day or whatever if I want and take a lap around the pond, you know. This season is gonna come to a close pretty quick for me. Today though, it is a little mixture of work and play as I take my walk, because I'm actually on the lookout for some cat prints. Yeah, yesterday morning there was a jogger who's staying in the residences at the University of Lethbridge, and this jogger went down into some of the trails below the university, between the university and Whoop Up Drive, and reportedly encountered an adult male cougar. Now I know typically only females are reported, right? But this guy's like a non-binary cougar or something. Yeah, adult male cougar was the report. That's pretty specific, you know. If they just said saw a cougar, I'd think, maybe it was a coyote, maybe it was a deer, maybe it was that fox that's living at the university. But adult male cougar. So that's interesting. I went out yesterday kind of below the university looking for prints. Didn't see anything. This morning I think I'll kind of cover this side of from maybe Whoop Up Drive over to Bridge Drive, and just look where I can, where the ground, where the trails are silty and soft, and see if we can find any cat prints. Freaking gorgeous morning. I don't want to be anywhere else in the world. I'm almost halfway through my round though. I'm almost to Whoop Up Bridge. No sign of cougars so far. Not surprising, but you know, like my friend Dave Henley says, I got to try to keep the dream alive, right? There's always been this sense that with the giant coulee river valleys, you know, that we have here in Lethbridge as a green strip right through the middle of the city, there's always been a sense that, you know, there's pockets of wild cats out here somewhere. I know one of my buddies said he documented some even casted footprints in Pavan Park. Last year, there was sightings in both Pavan Park and Penaquim, or Penaquim, if you want to say it more correctly, on the north side of town. I had set up camera traps in Alexander Wilderness Park between those two sighting areas, hoping to catch the cat on video, but never succeeded. But you know, it's not unfeasible that there would be a cat out here, because it's not that strange. This is definitely habitat that they might enjoy. There's lots of food around here, lots of deer fawns, you know. We don't have a system here like, where's that place? I really, it's in Pennsylvania. It's that Civil War place. What is it called? Gettysburg, I think. Yeah, I think in Gettysburg they have a deal where you can bow hunt within the city. You know, that wouldn't be bad here for Lethbridge to kind of check our deer population a little bit. But you know, there's good sources of food here, and there's not a lot of competition. That's the other thing. I believe that somebody has been, and it might be more than one somebody, but people have killed the coyotes on the west side of the river, pretty much, I think, from around the university down to maybe Bridge Drive. I found a coyote dead on the trail by Spopikimi a few years ago. We did a post-mortem. There's a video on it and everything. And that one was shot. I've got a friend who lives on the west side here who's found two 2 years ago in his back field, shot. And you know, just I used to walk out here and see coyotes regularly. Like if you got out here in the morning, you could see them every day. You'd encounter them somewhere. And then, you know, in the evening you could hear them out here and stuff. And it hasn't been that way for a couple of years now. Haven't seen many, and the only ones that I have seen have been crossing the river, you know, in the middle of winter, like January, February time, when they can actually get across pretty easy. But yeah, without coyotes here, that leaves a big gap in the ecosystem as far as predators go, you know. So it wouldn't be outlandish to believe that that a mountain lion could fit in here for a little bit, but still no actual sign. Well, look who we have here. It's the prairie rattlesnake. Very cool. I am down on the trail, you know, by Ewok Village, below Ridgewood and Heritage Heights, and some other people walking up the trail here. I'm going to wait for them so I can point it out, or at least I'll stand by, make sure that they pass by. But yeah, for those who don't believe you can encounter a rattlesnake here, you absolutely can, folks. And he's kind of disappeared, so I'm gonna just let them pass by. Just gonna act cool and let them pass by. There they go. And they never even caused the snake to startle. He was just too close to me when I saw him. Now he's back in here. He's camouflaged. He's relying on his camouflage, and he's happy about that. And just now passing through the little area in the forest here that people know as Ewok Village, or at least that's what they used to call it. I still call it that. I don't know if other people do. It's just a highly landscaped environment that people that are involved in, you know, dirt bikes and BMX and stuff put a lot of effort into, you know, creating jumps and trails and a fun landscape for them to ride their bikes on in the middle of our wild coulees. So yeah, the animals have been talking to me down here recently about they're thinking about maybe they should set some traps up for humans and have them shipped back up to the neighborhood. Yeah, no sign of the lion as yet, and this is pretty much the furthest point. I'm going to take a couple of alternate trails on the way back from what I took in. I mean, there's some points where I don't have any choice. I have to take the same route, but to what extent I can, I'll look at some of the other trails. Probably not going to find any mountain lion sign, but you know, a bad morning looking for mountain lions in the coulees of Lethbridge is still a pretty good morning. Yeah, I'm not sure why that hawk was screaming at me like that. That Swanson's hawk came flying in, landed specifically to yell at me, give alarm calls at me. Maybe he was telling the cougar, hey buddy, here's your guy. Come feast. Yeah, I don't know. But in any case, that looks like it. That's probably the end of the round for me here at Spokane. Gonna go get some lunch now, shift gears, start working on some of the Samus material, and we'll see if there's any snake calls this afternoon or this evening. It's a little overcast and got a nice breeze going on, so snakes will probably like it. It's probably why that one was out, you know. So who knows? It's now late afternoon, about 4 o'clock, quarter after 4, and I've got a couple of calls to attend to. Both of these are injured animals. One of them is probably not going to make it, I surmise from the information I've received. That's the first one we're going to go to. It's a rattlesnake that's been bumped on the road going down to Popson Park. Typically when a rattlesnake gets bumped by a vehicle that's end game, you know, there have been a couple instances where I've been able to help rattlesnakes survive that, but it's not often the case. And the person who reported it is a friend of mine. He messaged me and told me it's pretty badly injured. So That's probably going to be a fatality in the end. But then we're going downtown after that. Apparently there's a gull in Galt Gardens. It's kind of the central park of downtown Lethbridge. So probably a ring-billed gull. They just said a seagull, and sounds like it has a broken wing or something. So I brought a carrier with me. We'll grab up that gull if it's there, and probably shuffle it off to a rehab center, if not birds of prey, somewhere further north. So yeah, 2 calls. Let's go get at them. Oh, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. That sucks, man. Yeah, he's quite gashed open. That's not survivable. I will probably speed his demise off camera. Oh, you're not that badly injured. It's got a little hobble, hey? Hey, buddy. All right, I'm gonna put the phone in my pocket and grab this guy quick. Okay, so I got a ring-billed gull here. And he does have some kind of wing injury, though not terrible. He can still tuck it. But when he tries to splay the wings, they're coming out kind of crooked and strange. So I'm going to see if I can take him to a rehab. I'm headed right now to Coaldale. Anyway, I'm going to set up a skunk trap over there. So they have a birds of prey rehab over there. Sometimes he'll take other birds. We might be too late in the day, but I'll take him with me in any case and we'll go check. So showed up here at the Birds of Prey Center in Coaldale a little bit after closing, about a half hour after closing. So I missed them. However, there was a number up by the door to call for bird drop-offs or meat drop-offs, people who are donating meat for the birds here. And so I called the number, talked to Buddy there, and they don't want the ring-billed gull. They said they can only take owls, hawks, eagles, which I know is not exactly true. I recognize in the tenor, the tone of the the phone conversation that, it's that part of the season where everybody in the wildlife rescue business is a little bit stressed out because they're overburdened and that kind of thing. So I get it. They could have taken him if they wanted to, but it is more of a stress on them. Like if I'd have brought a heron down here or cormorant or something like that, even though that's not a hawk or eagle or owl, I'm betting they would have taken it. But it's a little bit of bird racism going on in there. Nobody likes the ring-billed gulls because there's so many of them. I think they're just kind of considered to be almost like expendable, But so that was strike one. So next we will probably contact the Medicine River Ecological Society up north of Calgary. That's a long ways to go for a ring-billed gull. Maybe I'll hang on to him in my backyard for a little bit, seeing as how his wing tucks. Maybe if I just put him in my backyard for a little bit, he can get his muscles in shape again or whatever. And I'm not sure what's wrong with him, but when he unfolds his wings, one is kind of up this way and one is down that way, and it's not good. So just putting a little bit of water out Got the gull back over there, hanging out in the corner, preening after his torturous ride in the back of the Jeep. I'm sure that was no fun for him. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave him for the night. I let him go originally inside of I just kind of opened the kennel inside of the shed. So, you know, if it rains or if he gets, like he needs shelter or whatever, I'm just gonna leave the shed kind of closed up or open up like that for him for the night. But otherwise, I think I'll secure him in the yard. Hopefully he doesn't have run-ins. So I think he's heading for the water right now. Let's see what he does. Oh yeah, it's probably a very thirsty gull. It was a hot day. He's checking it out. He's thinking about it. There he goes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's what he needed. Yeah, that was a hot day to be out there as an injured gull, you know. So, gonna leave him out here for the night, and we'll see tomorrow where things go with that.